بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to The Conviction Project. I am your host, Madhaj Rana, and I am here with my friend, the Imam, Farhan Iqbal. Farhan, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Farhan, right now it's December 23rd today, and we're approaching, we are in the holiday season technically, but we're approaching tomorrow is Christmas Eve. The day after is Christmas. I know that the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah is also, I think, is ongoing right now. Kwanzaa is coming up. A lot of these holidays all seem to happen around this time. We also have the New Year, and I guess the main doubt that comes out of this holiday season, this festival season, is that are we allowed to wish people Merry Christmas? Many Muslim scholars have actually been very explicit in saying that you are not allowed to wish someone Merry Christmas. I know this one Muslim scholar, Mufti Menk, he has come out and said, do not wish anyone Merry Christmas because of what it means. And I wonder, what is the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat's stance? Or what is our stance as a community in wishing people Merry Christmas?
So, Marij, the thing is that Merry Christmas. Let's be truthful about these holidays. These are religious holidays. Merry Christmas is a wish to a Christian for a holiday that represents the birth of Jesus Christ, and Christians see that as a celebration of the birth of the Son of God, the literal Son of God. And so Merry Christmas is literally a religious holiday. It has over time become more universal. Even non-Christians are celebrating it. But fundamentally, it is a Christian holiday. It's a Christian religious holiday, just as Hanukkah or Eid are religious holidays, or the Hindus have their holidays, or the other religious holidays that are out there. So essentially, this is something that is religious in nature. And Muslim scholars, like you have mentioned one of them, the one that you mentioned is a non-Ahmadi Muslim, but others as well. They have tried to distance themselves from a religious holiday, and there are religious perspectives behind it. That how can you do that? How can you say that? That would make you as if you are approving of someone else's religion, or you are acknowledging. Or you are simply affirming their belief in the deity of Jesus, right? By saying Merry Christmas is as if you have sort of sinned and you have accepted for a brief moment the deity of Jesus or something like that. There are reasons behind. I want people to understand that this is not just a bias or prejudice or hatred for other religions. This is just about loyalty to your own religion. And a lot of scholars who come out and say these things are trying to show their loyalty to their religion by saying that how could you celebrate something which is not in your religion, which is actually a celebration of another religion. And in Islam, we are very particular about the oneness of God. Tawheed, as it's called, it's very important, very central to the religion of Islam. And any indication, any hint that you are moving away from that oneness of God, it's just something that we don't do. It's just something that we would be very, very careful about. And when it comes to Christmas, I think those same fears are there, which cause people or cause Muslim scholars to be reluctant. And so, from the Ahmadiyya Muslim perspective, we say that this is not a black and white issue. This is not something that is, if you have said Merry Christmas, it's as if you have sinned. That is not our position. if for instance a Christmas celebration is going on and our friends invite us to that, sure, we can participate in that. We're not going to demonstrate intolerance by not going. I mean, that would be too strong of a position. If someone is celebrating Christmas and we are invited to that gathering, that's fine. That's it's possible for us to go. If in schools children are celebrating something related to Christmas, our children, Muslim children, can also participate. That is not a problem or an issue. But it all depends on your intention. Right? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has said, "Innamal a'malu binniyat," which means that actions are judged by intentions. So in most cases, we wouldn't go out of our way to say Merry Christmas because it is a religious holiday. But if someone is there, if a colleague is there, if we are among Christians, and if we do say Merry Christmas, it wouldn't be something that is unlawful or sinful.
And, my understanding is that the way society has moved is that nobody would actually have a Christmas party per se. It would be a lot more of like a holiday party to be more inclusive of all religious groups. And, the New Year is a holiday that I think if you live in the West, you celebrate anyways. Just as a way of like, this is a new year, so you have goals and aspirations for the new year. You are thankful for the new year. So in that way, the celebration can also be tied just to the new year rather than specifically Christmas.
So when we talk about general seasonal greetings, right? So we would say season's greetings, or we would say Happy New Year or Happy Holidays. Those kind of things we would say because they are more neutral in nature. Everybody's enjoying these holidays, including Christmas. A lot of non-Muslims, they are also enjoying the holidays, including Christmas. And so when we say Happy Holidays, it's more of a secular point of view or more of a non-religious point of view, and it's more neutral and more generally acceptable. To say specifically Merry Christmas and to go out of your way to do that, I think that has religious undertones, and we wouldn't be doing that. But again, in specific circumstances, in exceptional circumstances, if you have some friends who are Christian and you say that to them, that is not something that goes in par with sinning or doing something unlawful.
And, oftentimes when this idea of Christmas comes up, a lot of people that are in my circles that would raise these doubts would say, well, you don't celebrate Halloween. So why is it that you come out and you celebrate Christmas? And I think what you're trying to say makes it very clear that, no, we are not celebrating Christmas. We are not celebrating Halloween because these holidays are not associated with our religion. And we are very sacred when it comes to celebrating our religion.
We are talking about wishing someone Merry Christmas and saying Merry Christmas, and not, these are words. These are harmless words, I would say. We're not going out of our way to recognize the deity of Jesus. Even this Easter that just passed, one of my friends invited me to the church, and I went, and I was there listening to their program and their celebration. And I mean, of course, I didn't say the words, because some of those words are religious in nature and I don't want to affirm them, but I was there to support and to be part of something special for my Christian friends. I have a lot of Christian friends, and so I go to those events and I'm part of it. This is not something that is religiously speaking wrong. And even in Christmas, I mean, if a Christian friend invites us to some event that is being held, we can go as an acknowledgement or as an appreciation of their faith, as an affirmation of our diversity, but it doesn't mean that we are actively participating in their worship, in their affirmation of the deity of Jesus Christ, or all those other religious things that are associated with it. So we have to keep a balance between religion and just general celebration. And I think a lot of Muslims enjoy these holidays. There a lot of people have long holidays at this time of the year, and everybody enjoys that. And generally speaking, to say happy holidays or happy New Year, that is okay. And even when it comes to Halloween, I mean, we don't celebrate it because there are pagan traditions that are associated, even ancient pagan traditions that are associated with that, and there are problems we have, there are concerns we have around that. But if someone knocks on the door and we give them some chocolates, it's okay. I mean, it's not an affirmation of what they're doing, but we're not here to impose our religion on others. The Quran is very clear, La ikraha fid din, there is no compulsion in religion. We're not going to say, oh, my values are better than yours and I'm going to impose them on you. I'm going to try and convince you why I believe my religion is good for everyone, but I'm not going to try and impose my religion on anyone else.
And and I think that where there are people, say if you're a Muslim in an area that is predominantly Christian, I was reading an article by, I believe it was Al Jazeera or The Economist, it was one of them, which talked about how early British Christians from the Victorian era of, say, 1840, 1850, what they would try to do is on Christmas is that they would try to invite people to come to the mosque. They would feed them. That was really important. It was a way of establishing community. And I think that, the charitable organization of Humanity First is also doing something similar where they have this campaign of feeding the homeless on Christmas Day and on Christmas Eve. And I think that those are also various things that we can do in terms of keeping our own traditions and values and still kind of giving back to the community during those times.
Yeah, as long as we are clear about our own faith, as long as we are clear about our own celebrations, our own religious holidays, as long as we're clear that what the difference is, and as Muslims we do not believe in the deity of Jesus, or the fact that, in fact, historically, this date is not when Jesus was born. And a lot of Christians have affirmed that, in fact, that this is not 25th of December is not the day when Jesus was born. And as long as we are all affirming this and we're clear on this, it's okay, I think, to greet someone at this time of year. Yeah.
So, I'm hearing that in the end, what really matters is the conscious decisions that we make. Any decision that we make should be well thought out, and we should be really thinking about why it is that we do what we do. And I think this goes back to, the point of our podcast is where we want to uncover those doubts that people may have about why it is that they do what they do.
Yeah, this is the whole point of our podcast, and I want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to one YouTube channel which is called MKA Atfal Pakistan, and it's in Urdu, so our English listeners won't be able to benefit directly from it, but it's an excellent resource, and for our positions, it's basically videos of Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, Khalifatul Masih, the Caliph of Islam, who is the current worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and they have taken his videos of question and answers, and each clip represents one question and answer. Sometimes it's just as short as 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, where he has responded to these questions that young people have about a lot of these things. And Christmas is one such issue. You can easily find a bunch of videos where he's responded to that. It has a good search engine as well, and they have a bunch of videos on there. It's MKA Atfal Pakistan. If you search for it on YouTube, it should show up. They got hundreds and hundreds of videos there already, a number of subscribers, and it's a wonderful resource. I just wanted to point that out.
Definitely something, if you're looking to have a New Year's resolution, that's a New Year's resolution to carry out, is to watch some of those videos. And, if you have any other doubts in coming to the new year, I think that the new year is also a moment where a lot of people reevaluate themselves and their position on their religiosity and their spirituality, and they want to have a fresh start. And this year, January 1st is coming on a Monday, so I can't think of any other moment to have a fresh start on anything. And if you do have doubts, you can definitely reach out to us at TheConvictionProject@gmail.com, or visit www.TheConvictionProject.com for all of our previous podcasts. And I believe that this is something that we've been doing for a year as well. So I suppose this is also a celebration of sorts as well. Once again, this is The Conviction Project, where we leave you with no doubts about Islam.
الحق من ربك فلا تكونن من الممترين.
It is the truth from thy Lord. Be not therefore of those who doubt.